Hello on, hello all, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I have no friends tonight. Bill has abandoned me, James has abandoned me, but you know what? I'm pretty happy this has happened. Do you know why? Because I've finally achieved my dream and I have taken over the channel. This is now my channel. I might even change my name to Bill so I can take over. If you're wondering where Bill is, this is my representation of what he looks like right now. Bill, as we speak, is in the midst of editing the Doom 2 video, and he's saying actually it's going to be pretty soon that we'll be able to see the fruits of his labour. So you will get more Bill time soon, but I'm afraid tonight you're stuck with me. Now, the reason we've gone for this game is actually pretty self-explanatory. Like, as you all know, Bill's been working really hard on this latest Doom 2 video. And what we're going to do is play a couple of games that are based in the Doom engine. And the first of those is this one. So Sonic Robo Kart. I will not be surprised if you've never heard of it, because I hadn't until recently. But this has become the one game that I've really loved playing during lockdown. Yeah, I'm afraid so, Fluffy Puppy. I have gone solo. But I'm loving all the comments and all the support. And Adam is the first to point out, yeah, we're going to be playing Doom Engine Sonic Racing game tonight. So that's what Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart is. It is a game that's been made by fans from scratch, and I think personally this is where I get really controversial, and Bill's not here to shout me down. I think it's on par with an actual Mario Kart game. That's how good I think this is. The incredible thing is people took the source code to Doom, and when I say Doom I mean the 1993 version, and they made this game from it, and they've done just such a good job. So I'm going to jump in to the game in a moment, but one little twist today is that if anybody wants to join the game, there is a link to a download in the description. The server we're going to join is going to be a bit different because we're a bit thin on the ground for numbers joining our server. We're going to be in UK, Europe, Kart Crew dedicated. But yeah, honestly, feel free to jump into the game. There's a typing feature in there so we can chat away. I'm going to show you what the game looks like now, because I feel like I'm doing lots of talking about a game that I could be playing right now. So this is me in what's called spectator mode. I've already joined a server. There's 4 people in it, you can see to the left there, and what I'm doing right now is kind of almost like a way that I can look around the levels. It gives you a feel for what the game looks like graphically, and as you can tell it's looking very Sonic-y. Even though it's made in the Doom engine. Audiality there is one of our Discord regulars. If any of you haven't joined our Discord server yet, I'd really recommend you do. And there I am, the mighty TDawg. So it's a really cool game this. I've got loads of content. Here I am setting myself up. So at the moment I'm set to play as Doom Guy. But you can pick all kinds of characters, mostly from Sega franchises, but a couple of weird ones. I'm quite partial to... who do I think could be good? I'd never normally be Amy Rose, but I'm going to try her out today. So there are... I can't remember how many tracks now. I feel like it's like 60 plus tracks or thereabouts. And in between rounds, you can choose which one you want to play. And like any good multiplayer game, there's a typing feature. So I'm going to say hello. Deep, insightful dialogue from me today, I know. And here we are in game. So just bear in mind, this was made in the Doom engine. I don't know about anyone else out there. I find it hard to believe. Oh dear, I just got myself killed. I'm not, by the way, outstanding at this game, but yeah, I should be able to showcase at least how the game plays. This particular map, I really do suck at. I'm just, not even going to lie or pretend otherwise. This is probably my worst level. So we started on a low, as it were, gameplay-wise. But it's a good chance for me to give you a bit of a feel for the game. And there's... so this is all user-made. Nobody got paid to make this game, so people out there just... I think, it started out like all things, just as an idea. People thought, let's see if we can turn Doom into a kart racing game. And before they knew it, oh man, I'm playing so bad. But that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, there's Bill. Bill, I've taken over your channel. Although you are here, technically. You're in this stream right now. There's a good image of you. I heard a little bit from Bill, for those wondering how he's doing. And it sounds like it's been pretty hardcore. I know he's been up really late a few times this week. Just preparing himself for... Well, preparing his video, rather, for publication, and I don't think it's an easy thing that he does, I think it'd be easy to sort of assume that it's easier than it is. When you look at his timeline for one of his videos, it's almost like more complicated than learning Japanese just to read all the different edits he puts in there and stuff for one of his videos. Okay, so this is definitely, just so people know, how not to play Sonic Robo Kart. I'd hope to do a kind of private server where it's just going to be a few of us that were similar skill level. But instead, we're playing against people that probably live and breathe this game. But I've got to say, I love this game. I may not be really good at it or anything, but I just think it's so much fun. This music that's playing now comes from Knuckles Chaotix, and one of the cool things is that in making this, they've been able to pretty much put any content in that they want. So that's the end of the first race. Like I said, I absolutely suck at that particular level. I'm just going to get through some of the comments now that we're in between. I love the way it plays this kind of Notorious B.I.G. style track in the background. Cracks me up. So just reading through the comments. Yeah, so Bill is drinking away at the whiskey, which doesn't surprise me too much because I think I'd be stressed if I had to edit that. Looks like really, really quite hard work. So we're back here to the stage select screen. I was just going with random because I kind of think there's a bit of etiquette there where people like it. Adam says, oh, you mean in the Sonic Kart game? We can only hope. Oh man, yeah, if anyone wants to jump in as well, like I said, do feel free. Like, the server's out there and you can just download and play this as a free game. My kind of personal connection to this is that like so many games I discover, I was just reading around on the internet and people were talking about how Sonic Robo Kart had this amazing online play. And yeah, it's a really... I downloaded it just on a whim, thinking, oh, it can't be that good. But I was really impressed with what they've come up with. And yeah, it's it handles really well. Like, I don't know if he says whilst like flying across walls, but it does. It really does handle well. You would never know that this was Doom underneath this. That was the DNA. And I actually think graphically they've done a really good job too. The character models all look fantastic. Loads of characters, loads of levels. Really, really cool game. Definitely a game that's got a learning curve, to be sure. It's effectively all based solely around multiplayer. There isn't really much of a single player mode at all to be had. All there really is like you can do time attack mode and that's it. There's no bots, no campaign mode, anything like that. But I think that's fine in this day and age where actually everybody has internet. You can tell I don't know the level too well. I was about to go completely the wrong direction there. So I'm in 4th. That's not too bad. I'm just getting rid of my... Much like Mario Kart, you can't get a new weapon when you hold one. I think what I like about this is I've always liked Mario Kart. Particularly... This is where I get controversial, but I like the newer ones. I feel like they're really accessible, and I'm always on the lookout for games that I can play with my friends who don't normally play games. It's all well and good to have a friend you can play King of Fighters with or whatever, but that friend, will be one of my gamer friends. Most of my friends are not people that play games. In fact, in some ways, Bill's my only real gamer mate in real life a lot of the time. I've got a few friends who play casually, but he's probably yeah, the closest I've got to a friend who's like hardcore into games. Actually, I do have one or two more, but yeah, for the most part, my friends aren't gamers. So something like this, once you get people past the initial skill gap of just installing it and getting into a game, is a really good one that people can just pick up and play. So yeah, I think it's great, and it's actually been my... You know, a lot of people during this lockdown have been getting into playing games that wouldn't normally. They've been playing Among Us or whatever it is. Well, I got my friends all to play this one night, and we had a great time. Like, really, really good. I mean, it was definitely challenging because we joined a random server and there were people on there that were amazing. But yeah, it's just a fun game, and I can't believe it's freely available. And with it being freely available, I can't believe more people don't know about it. You know, a definite achievement on the part of the people that made it. No doubt about that. I mean, just, yeah, really, really... Oh, just had a bit of lag there. Probably because I'm playing a game while streaming a video, which is a true test of my internet connection. I was all poised to do quite well there. I'm going to blame it all on the lag. Anytime I get hit, it's all the lag. It's all the lag. But yeah, and if anyone wants to sort of get into this game, it is as simple as just download it. Whether you're on PC, whether you're on Mac, and you can do it. The heart bleeds for Tom. I'm just getting back through some of these comments. So yeah, there's not a hate. Adam Peltinsky, I don't see a hate button. Oh, and I thought people were coming round to me now that I was taking over the channel, but clearly not. Instead, it's just going to be me talking to myself and reminiscing a bit about my life. But yeah, really interesting game. I mean, I think that's one of the distinctive things about Doom as a game, is that it wasn't really just a game that got released. It's like when id created Doom, and I mean the 1993 Doom game, they almost created a platform, because what they did was released what's called the source code to their games. Now, source code in game development is effectively the programming that underlies absolutely everything. It's very rare that a developer releases it, and id did something really... That's the people that made Doom, did something really, really cool, which is that they gave away the code to Doom. So what that means is that anyone can look at the code to Doom, and anyone can pretty much do what they want with it now. And that's why things like this came to be. So they took the 3D engine of Doom, the level editors that have been developed over the years, all of that stuff. I forgot to change character. I don't want to be Amy anymore. She's not that great. Yeah, so they took Doom and made this game, which is just phenomenal. Something I've not really talked about. Oh dear, this is another level I'm not very good at. I might do something controversial and change character mid-race. I'm going to try out TDawg. I don't know if he's any good. He might be rubbish, but he handles completely differently to Amy. He's definitely much heavier. I can feel, yeah, sort of the weight on the track, but I feel like he might not be... Oh dear, I'm normally okay at this game. I think it's that multitasking of talking on a stream, which I so often complain about, which I shouldn't really do because I actually love doing it. That thing I just shot is the equivalent of the blue shell in Mario, so that will chase, yeah, whoever's in first. Yeah, so that's sort of my rough 101 of the game. It's basically as simple as that. You know, people took the Doom source code. What got made first was a Sonic game from the Doom source code. That took about probably 15 years plus to develop, a game called Sonic Robo Blast 2. And then, yeah, people took Sonic Robo Blast 2 and made this. So, yeah, the DNA of Doom is like still underneath all of this stuff, but fans just took it to a level that could never have been imagined. I mean, when the developers of Doom were making Doom, there's no way, I'm sure, they could have ever envisioned that this game would get made, and here we'd be in 2021 playing a clone of Mario Kart of all things. It's so weird, actually, thinking of it in those terms. I'll come back to, yeah, some of the comments in the chat. It's one of those where I'll sort of be checking between levels, as it were. But yeah, great to see a lot of our regulars back in the chat. Seeing Adam, seeing Eggy Boy, whose name I always think is amazing. I always think he's like a gangster made out of egg. Yo, it's your man. I think I got hit by a Eggman thing there. Did I? Oh dear, I did. Damn, I was doing quite well, you know. And then I just bodged it. Hopefully I'll pick up my game as time goes on. So let's jump back into these comments. So yeah, Adam says looks to be based on Z Doom, as it has slopes and overlapping spaces. Yeah, I think from memory, Z Doom is somewhere back in the DNA of this. I know that the level editors that are used are based on Doom Builder. I'd actually looked into making some maps for this game. I really want to make a stage based on Streets of Rage, because it's one of my favourite games and it's got like a really, really cool soundtrack, so I feel like that will make the game even better. Yeah, it's really, really pretty cool. Nintendo Freak says he's still really shocked that I haven't played Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, yet I like Streets of Rage, the horror. Yeah, I feel like I'm letting everybody down. Having said that, I'm still shocked that my friend Bill, who's very angry in the TV above me from all his editing, hasn't played Streets of Rage 4 yet. So that's definitely going to be a future stream. But yeah, I will get at some point onto Scott Pilgrim, because I've heard quite a few people say good things about it and say that I'd like it. I mean, I'm very old school in some of my tastes, but then pretty modern in others. I do like modern games. A lot of people tend to only like retro games or only like modern. I do like both, and I'm thankful that that's the case, because it means, yeah, I kind of give things a fair chance. There's a time where I wasn't like that. There was a time where I only really seemed to play retro games and not have much of an interest in the newer stuff, but yeah, thankfully those days are gone, and now I'm a lot more open to different things. Having said that, I still haven't gone next gen yet. I'm still on Xbox One and PS5. At some point I'll get one of the new systems, but it's just, yeah, it feels a little too early in the generation to adopt now. I feel like everything's going to drop down by sort of 30 or 40 quid in the near future. It's also a weird time being British at the moment, because our economy, without wanting to go political, but our economy is in a really weird state. All this stuff about, yeah, like money kind of leaving London for Amsterdam. It's hard to know, are things going to go up in price for us? But anyway, I'm not going to go off on one because this is not a political blog. But sometimes I tend to, yeah, go down that way, and Bill has to tell me off. So you can see, probably from what I'm doing, this game has like some quite heavy drifting mechanics. So much like kind of the later Mario Kart games. Oh, I managed to get round me on... Oh no, I didn't. I got into third. That was good going. I'm definitely picking up a bit. I'm going to swap character. Yeah, so drifting is a really big part of this game. And if anyone does kind of download it, join the server, or yeah, decide to give it a go, really recommend that you bear that in mind. Like, try and practice your drifting, because that will really determine, yeah, like how you can play. I'm just looking through different characters. I could be Wonder Boy. So if people remember Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap, that's where he's from. I'm going to be Knights. I always put my characters as brown because I feel like it matches the TDawg motif. So Fluffy Puppy says, I didn't know this game used the original Doom engine. No wonder the graphics look very familiar. It just shows how well they actually adapted it. It's really, really very cool that they managed to create this. Oh, this stage is awful. It looks like we're just driving in a pile of urine. That's how bad I think it looks. I mean, there's so much I'll praise about this game, but the yellow hue on this stage is not one of those things. Oh, look at that, first place. And somehow they missed. Tails had a bit of acceleration there. I wonder if Tails is a really fast character. I thought Knights would probably be pretty quick. That was pretty good. Oh man, I totally lost the advantage there. I was all poised to take a lead. Mind you, I'm in first. I don't quite know what's going wrong here, because I shouldn't be in first because I'm not really very good. But maybe I'm getting better, who knows. So I've just thrown that straight back, Mario Kart style. Just so people know, this probably won't be kind of a super long stream tonight. Oh dear. Just because this game is awesome, but it's also one of those where there isn't really, like, how am I going to phrase it? There's loads to show in that there's loads of maps and stuff. But for streaming purposes, it's one of those where the best thing to do is to kind of give a demo of what the game is, and if people go, oh, you know what, I like Mario Kart and I like the idea of having a multiplayer version I can just put on my PC, then they'll download it and play. One thing I would say to people, if you've come to this stream by chance, if you're just, seen the title, or maybe you're interested in these kind of games, do subscribe to the channel, because there's some really awesome content coming up, particularly if you like games that are based around Doom, or you're interested in the Doom engine. Bill, who runs the channel, although I seem to have taken over in recent days, he's been working on this really awesome video, which I won't give too much away, because I feel like you need to look at some of Bill's stuff if you haven't already. So after the stream, have a quick peek at some of the content on the channel, and you'll see effectively what Bill's been doing is making games that he loved from his childhood out of cardboard, with some kind of cool rhyming or rimming, some people have called it, in the background. And I'd really recommend, if you're into Doom, subscribing, because Doom 2 is incoming pretty soon, and I've got to admit, like, even just looking at the timeline that's been produced for it, it looks incredible. Like, I'm so excited about it. Just catch up some of the comments. I'm seeing a few comments about Avatar here. I found like that film was like massively overhyped. I don't know if that was just me, but it was kind of made out to be one of the cinematic events of the lifetime, and it just wasn't. I mean, it definitely didn't measure up to Black Panther. That's all I'm saying. Like, Black Panther is an example of an outstanding movie. Perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes, very well deserved. That is an example of a film that everybody should be hyping. But Avatar was just, I just felt like it was, it was mediocre. It was just rimming around the toilet bowl, I would say, when compared to Black Panther. But yeah, Black Panther's the movie, definitely. So just catching up with some more of the comments. Totally could do it online, Scott Pilgrim, if you got it on Switch, if you'd be down, or if you wanted to play. Cool. I think, Nintendo Freaks, you're saying you'd be up for playing and joining a stream, is that right? Like, you'd want to play a bit of maybe Streets of Rage multiplayer or something. I've got the PC and the Switch version of Streets of Rage 4, because, hardcore gamer me. No, it's one of those games I loved so much, I wanted to have it on the go. Much like Sonic Mania, that was a very similar one in that respect. Did you see that? They definitely say lots of annoying stuff. I can't work out where to go here. Ah, here we go. Got it. I think. Rise and shine. Somehow I've taken the lead, but I think it's because all the good players have left. I notice Staircase Animation in the game. He's one of our regulars. So, yeah, he's just downloaded the game. I think because I sort of found out how much I love this game and started hyping it on the server. But, yeah, anyone wants to jump in, honestly, just do it. Just download. Easy enough to play. I would recommend, if you do decide to play this, that you get a gamepad. I'm using an Xbox One controller myself, but yeah, any controller will do. I even played this with a Mega Drive controller. You don't even really need analog. Oh dear. Oh, I started skimming on the water there. Skimming like Bill is rimming. Right, where am I up to? Fluffy Puppy, you haven't seen Avatar. I mean, you are a dog, to be fair. So I kind of understand why, actually, if I was a dog, it wouldn't be a priority for me to watch movies. Just putting it out there, I'd be more probably caught up in thinking, right, where can I get a bone? That would be more my priority. So, yeah, I don't judge you for not watching Avatar. I saw it in the cinema when it came out because everybody was hyping it so much. And, don't get me wrong, it wasn't, like, horrific. It wasn't one of those things where I was like, oh my goodness, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It wasn't like that. It was just okay. Like, that's my personal opinion. Was that it was okay. Not good, not bad. Just watchable. But it got hyped beyond all belief. Oh dear. I was really hoping to sort of skim round there. Yeah, it got hyped beyond all belief because it's one of the first real 3D movies to come out in cinemas, and people kind of hailing it as a change in how cinema was going to be. Almost like when a new game system comes out, people go, oh, look at those graphics, this has changed gaming forever. That's how Avatar was hyped up to be, like it was going to change everything. Having said all of that, what is going to change everything is Bill's new video. I had to make that little link in there. But no, if you haven't already, if you enjoy this content, like we do kind of combination of stuff. Like Bill does real kind of creative stuff. He's my mate who just kind of pulled me into his channel. But yeah, there's plenty of streaming like this too. So yeah, jump if you can. Oak City gamers, you've seen Avatar. What did you think of Avatar? Apart from the fact it had blue Pocahontas, I noticed you pointed out, which is definitely true. It had that kind of vibe to it, didn't it? Oh man, Adam, you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. I've never actually played, but I've been quite meaning to. So when you move to the mean streets of G-Town, maybe me, you and Bill can get together sometime. Thanks for dropping in though, dude, and catch up very soon. And Billy, I noticed you're saying Avatar was very overrated, so I thought it was an okay film. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was okay. Here's Audiality back in the game. Another one of our regulars. Staircase says, I'm bad at this game. I think we all are at this point, Staircase. We're all learners, aren't we? I think when I googled tips for this, the main thing that jumped out was people just said, yeah, you've just got to get good. There doesn't seem to be any alternative to it beyond that. Just get good. Played for 2 years, somebody's saying in the server. Somebody called Ebe. And I think that, sort of sums up what you get when you go on the public servers like this. There are people who have kind of made it like a mission of their life to get good at Robo Kart. Having said that, I know this is a weird thing to say, but I think it's probably one of the better games for people to be spending their time on, because it's very social. You can join this server and you can have a chat. I've met people playing this game. They're not like my tightest, bestest buddies, but yeah, there's a definite community that surrounds the game. That's for sure. So yeah, it's a very odd thing actually to have a game that is completely independent and fan-made that has a heavy emphasis on multiplayer. Because normally, say if something's on, I don't know, Xbox Live or whatever it might be, it's very heavily built around like corporate support, whereas this isn't. In fact, the server for this game, so the thing that we're all connecting to, is hosted on somebody's computer, and I even have sometimes hosted games myself. There's no equivalent to Xbox Live or whatever sitting in the middle. It's all run by the community, which is so cool, isn't it? Like, it's almost like a philanthropic, I can't say that, philanthropic, there we go, is that how you say it? Approach to gaming, which I just think is awesome, really. And just, I feel like the fans have really been able to show off their creative powers by making all these stages. It must have taken so long. I mean, I just can't even imagine actually what it would be like. Whoever's in first is definitely like really good at this game. I mean, I've placed myself as an oh dear. I was going to say I placed myself as average, but having just fallen there, I think I now place myself as being rubbish. Still, I'm in second, so oh, there we go. That's not too bad. Beaten by Cream the Rabbit. So we've got a few messages here. Oak City, talk about Avatar, is saying it was adequate as far as film goes. It's not my favourite thing ever. It has some interesting concepts, but it never pays off on lots of them. Yeah, I can see that. And there are also many cliches, definitely. It ruins the experience in many ways. I think so. I must admit though, there's part of me thinks with Avatar, I'd now need to rewatch it, because I watched it back in, I think it's like 2007 or 2008 when it came out. I can't even remember which year it was now. And that's a really, really long time now. I feel like it might have had what I sometimes call the Marvel effect happen to it. And what I mean by that is that when you look at superhero movies, something like the first X-Men film would have been incredible in its time. But the bar for superhero films has just gone up massively since Marvel came on the scene. And I feel like something similar happens for lots of action movies. It's like the bar moves. Some action movies are timeless. You can watch them now and they're still as good as when they came out. Same with some horror movies. I mean, I saw The Exorcist for the first time back in the summer. I was up in Belfast, which is Northern Ireland. And yeah, basically it was all to do with quarantine going on, I spent a week up in Belfast, because then I didn't need to isolate there, whereas I would have done in the Republic of Ireland where I'd been living. And Exorcist, when I saw it in the cinema, was like really, really good. I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed it, actually. I mean, I won't go as far as to say, oh, it's now my #1 movie of all time, but it definitely felt still very watchable. There were moments that just seemed a bit silly. Things that maybe in their time would have been pretty scary, but now just for whatever reason were not. Just came across a little bit. Yeah, I think it was like when the girl, sort of her head spun round backwards and stuff like that. It just didn't really feel scary anymore. It just kind of seemed more silly, and I just laughed out loud in the cinema. But beyond those kind of little nitpicks, it was still kind of a fairly timeless movie. But I feel like something like Avatar probably has aged pretty badly. I could be wrong, and I'm sure there are some Avatar fans that will come to the movie's defence, which is great. I'd love to be able to see it in a light that I don't already. Catch you soon, Adam. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in on my channel. Whoa, got myself hit. Oh look, there's #1. They're not going to be expecting me to catch up to them here, so I might be in the shot, but I noticed they're drifting very well. They know the track in a way that I don't. So I think that's... Oh, okay, there's a little shortcut there by the looks of stuff. But I'll happily take first place for a while. But I feel like they're going to come out ahead of me through some kind of shortcut. That is the thing for this game is... being a Sonic game, it's also got a bit of a Sonic R vibe, where some of the tracks are quite tricky to get around. No way! TDawg for the win! TDawg for the win! TDawg for the win! TDawg for the win! Whew. That was tough. That was hardcore. So, what are we on to? So, yeah, Adam's mentioned, I know he's disappeared now, but there are 4 new Avatar films being made. Isn't that just a Disney thing? Like, they buy out these properties and resurrect them from nowhere. I mean, you could look at Star Wars. Just typing away to my new best friend. Audiality calling me a cheat. Which is fair enough, I did cut some corners and there's the evidence of it on the stream. I've got to say, I feel like this one is pretty well balanced. A lot of Mario Kart games, I feel like you kind of die unfairly because of the blue shell, and it's almost like the best way often to play things like Mario Kart Double Dash is to deliberately hold back into 6th place, and then you get all the best items, whereas this one doesn't feel too bad in that respect. Oh, this is cool music. That's the other thing I love with this game is the soundtrack, because they've just been able to pick pretty much any game they want. No licensing involved, just... I thought that would work. Chipped the corner of it there. That was my little test to see if that worked, and it did. That didn't quite go how I wanted. Yeah, this person who's coming in first, Eve, he's very good. I'm quite surprised I took a match off him just now. I feel like he might have thrown me a bone there and been like, yeah, I'll let this TDawg win. He's clearly a noob. It just occurred to me as well, there might even be people out there that have never really got into Mario Kart. Maybe they weren't Nintendo people back in the day, maybe they've been on Xbox or... Oh, hello. Or maybe they've played more, Sega games like I did. If you're in that boat, this might be a good entry way for you to sort of experience that type of gameplay. Because, it's freely available and it's got good online. So if you've never played a Mario Kart game and just want to see what the fuss is about, this could be a good entry point. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but I do know people like that. I'll tell you a real irony, is that I actually bought... I can't really show you that because I'm in the middle of the game. And I'm in 3rd as well. Oh dear. I actually bought Mario Kart 8 for the Switch today because one of my friends... again, I was saying earlier, most of my friends aren't really gamers. Not in the sense that we all are. If you're on this stream, I'm afraid to say there's a good chance you're more of a gamer than most. Most people don't watch kind of gaming content unless they're pretty into games. But anyway, one of my non-gamer friends, is into Mario Kart, so we're going to kind of link up, play over WhatsApp or possibly over Zoom, stuff like that. It's a funny one actually. When you're trying to play games with friends that aren't hardcore gamers, there's a whole different approach to it. That's not too bad. Second place. I might swap to a different character. Who do I fancy being? He's quite good. That's Vice from Skies of Arcadia. In fact, I'll start walking you through some of the characters, just because this will be a bit of fun. He's from Super Monkey Ball, II. He's from the Yakuza series. I'm not actually sure where she's from. I feel like it might be Persona or something. Same with Hatsune. I feel like they're Persona. Doom Guy. It's really. I'm going to play one match with Doom Guy. I don't find him very good in this, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Even though I feel like this is going to be bad for me. And this gives you an idea of some of the levels. So we've got Super Mario Kart Circuit 2 there. Which is, you can tell they weren't worried about Nintendo coming after them. Look, there's my evidence. Mario Kart Deluxe 8. Nintendo, don't sue me for playing this game. Just reading some of the comments. So, Bill, sounds like you've got a lot more, and I've picked this up from other streams, you've got a lot more history of horror movies than I do. So, once we get past lockdown, we'll have to hang out and watch some movies. When we're actually allowed to do so and it's not a crime. Oh, it's got Castlevania music in the background, this one. That's interesting. It's going to be so hard to do this with Doom Guy. They don't seem too bad, actually. I love the way, they've added Doom Guy into a Sonic game just in tribute to, like where the engine came from. I think that's really cool that I'm playing a kart racer as Doom Guy. Oh, look, and it does like the Doom sound effects when he shoots. That's so cool. I seem to remember it's got like some chainsaw effect that plays when you do certain things with him as well. I've not played loads as Doom Guy because he's almost a bit like Bowser in Mario Kart, where he's so kind of big. He's just that... Oh, no, I thought I could cut across there. I think somebody followed me as well. Oh, that's good. Listen to that, the shotgun sound effect goes. Oh, Doom Guy, you are so slow and yet quite easy to control. I'm actually finding Doom Guy not too bad, but I'm not sure that he's got that much speed to him. There's kind of part of me likes it just for the novelty of knowing I'm playing as Doom Guy though. Like, just not what you associate with this type of gameplay at all. But so awesome that they put him into it. I'm going to try and cut this corner here. Well, that kind of worked, but I lost all the benefit when I went on the grass there. Oh no! Oh man, that sucks. Okay. So with these, you're a time bomb when you get those. There's no way to dodge that, unfortunately. Was that a Doom sound effect, that scream? I feel like that might have been. It's pretty cool. It's definitely a cool game. And I sort of can gauge a bit of this from the chat, but what do people think of this one so far? You liking the look, or thinking it's just like, why is TDawg so into this? Why the Doom Guy brown? It should be green. That's because in this you choose your colour. So look, here I am TDawg, and I kind of choose my colour there. I tend to go for the brown to coordinate, but I'm going to swap to green just for the benefit of the stream, if I can find a green. Well, there might be a default. Oh look, crocodile. No, that looks a bit lime. Oh yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm going to play with that. I think it's called handheld because of probably because it looks a bit like Game Boy colours. Yeah, Doom Guy, everyone's favourite racer. Oak City, if you want to jump into this game, it's a free download, and you can just download it, get into the game. You can even join now if you wanted. It works a bit like setting up Doom multiplayer on classic Doom. You could just join servers and play people. But yeah, really fun game. I'm a huge fan, actually. I've got to admit, like, it's one of those things I've been meaning to play a bit more of this game and kind of get into it, because I just think there's so much content and it's such a good one. What's Audiality saying? Mario Kart is better, sorry to say it. Lies. Well, maybe I'll play a a little bit of Mario Kart 8 on stream. How does that sound? Unless you think Mario Kart Classic is better. I think what I like about this, the reason I prefer it probably is partly that it's an open platform. That's screaming. So funny. And also the fact that it's got Doom Guy. I mean, why would a kart racer with Doom Guy not be better than Mario Kart? Especially when he shoots shotgun sounds when he fires weapons. Oh dear, I thought that was something else. It's amazing that... I just think it's amazing it exists. It's another one of those games where... Like, sometimes I have the privilege of coming on this stream and just talk about games where I think it's amazing they exist. Sonic Mania was one of those, where it's incredible they've made it. And in one sense this is similar, that, yeah, people have just, in their own time, decided to make this. It's just amazing, really. Did you hear the chainsaw sound there? That's so cool. Oh, I hit a post. I'm definitely not doing too well though against this. Whoever's playing who's first, who's been playing for 2 years, they're much better than me. It's not that surprising, to be fair. 2 years worth of playing this game, you would get good, wouldn't you? Kind of wish I'd found it 2 years ago. It's definitely a cool one. I'm getting a little bit of lag now. I don't know where it's freezing. That's not just on the stream. That's actually in the gameplay. And I think it's probably because I'm trying to stream whilst playing a game. But yeah, it seems to be okay though, the online. Even though I'm transmitting all my video over, it's pretty good. So just conscious that there's probably a few comments that I've not had a chance to respond to yet. Once I get to the end of this stage, I'll be jumping in. So, oh, that's cool. Another down sound effect. Awesome. Oak City says definitely will get Discord soon. Mate, it'd be great to have you in there. Definitely. You know, really, it's a really fun Discord server we've got going on at the moment. Like lots of banter, lots of jokes. All the stuff we kind of laugh about on the stream comes up there. There's like edits of, yeah, Bill in front of Black Panther, and somebody did one of me basically preaching about the Sega Saturn, and no one liked it. I just seen Fluffy Puppy is here. A talking dog. I'm going to write back. I feel like we get on well because we're both dogs. He's a fluffy puppy and I'm a TDawg. So I'll probably do, yeah, probably a few more races of this. Woof woof. And might be an early one today because regular viewers will know I'm kind of recovering from COVID at the moment. And you know, I'm pretty open about what that was like. It's the first couple of weeks were basically flu. But what? Oh dear, forget those kill you. But what's kind of happened since is that I've had what's called long COVID, and the way that works is that you basically get some kind of slightly longer term side effects. So for me, I've just been very fatigued, and what that's meant is I earlier today had to go for a bit of a sleep in the afternoon and things. Even though I slept like the right amount of hours, I'm just very, very tired at the moment, and generally finding with work I can only do kind of one video call a day. So what I'm tending to do is sort of say to myself, right, okay, I'm allowed one video call for work a day, and I'm allowed one video call socially a day, and I sort of see, if I'm doing a stream, I see that as my social time, because it's not like I can go down the pub and go and hang out with loads of mates at the moment. So this is kind of my alternative to having a social life, is hanging out with you guys, chatting away. And you know what, it's been absolutely awesome. Like I've only really had a presence online for a few weeks properly, just since I came on the stream, and already I've met some really, really awesome people. And I've got to say, like, you know, and I really mean this sincerely, I've been so appreciative of how people have received me coming in on the stream. I mean, I'm aware that people have subscribed because of Bill's content, which, you know, I just see how hard he's worked, and I'm just some random dude coming on and inflicting my taste in games on everyone. But you've all been like so cool about it, and yeah, definitely really appreciate having streaming, especially now. Like, of all the times for me to get into this, now is the perfect time, because yeah, back in lockdown, not really that was a weird sound effect, not really much else to do, and I've got to say, I much prefer this to just sitting on Zoom and, chatting to friends, or even games I like Among Us is something I played with my friends, I still much prefer this. I think it's because I'm kind of talking to my own people when I'm talking to fellow gamers. GG means good game. Just reading some of the comments. Oak City is painting a Zulu drummer lamp. That actually sounds pretty awesome to me. I'm thinking about getting into painting some Warhammer, and I bought like a Warhammer kit a couple of months ago, just the starter set and some paints, based on the recommendation of one of mine and Bill's friends called El Wayno. So El Wayno, shout out. So I can kind of totally appreciate painting the Zulu drum would be pretty cool. I'd actually quite like to get into doing something that's creative and game related as well. What's Fluffy saying? Tom, that's it. It's the games. The more you play, the more the COVID will go away. I think that's true. That's what the NHS, National Health Service, should be recommending. Play more games and COVID will go. It's actually quite a good gauge of my recovery when I play games, because sometimes I find my reflexes are a bit shot compared to what they normally are, and other days I'm okay, and it gives me an idea of my recovery. I'd say today I'm kind of in the middle somewhere. Like, I'm not playing absolutely awful, but I'm definitely not kind of where I would have been before. And one of the interesting things is that they talk about something they call mind fog for when you're recovering from COVID, and I've definitely had a bit of that, and I find it in sometimes when I'm recalling facts and things about games, it takes me that little bit longer to remember things. So somebody was talking about the Sonic R developers channel the other day, and I just had a complete mind freeze about what it was called, and it was actually called Game Hut, and I didn't realise that until a bit later. And then we were talking about Virtual Fighter on the last stream as well, and specifically one of the characters, Kage, who's the ninja. And I was going, is he called Cage? Is he called Kage? And normally I'd know that it's Kage and that it comes from the Japanese and that it means shadow, but it had just gone completely out of my head, that bit of knowledge. And then, my good friend El Wayno again sort of texted me going, just so you know, that's what it means. And I was like, you know what, I laid that on the last round. That's like when you do the banana skins in Mario Kart and get yourself hit. Always an epic fail. So I've slipped down into third place now. I'm probably talking too much, to be fair. But hey, I like the sound of my own voice, and hopefully you do too. And that's what this stream's about, the sound of Tom's voice. Not even any Bill voice this time round, not even any James and his Welsh accent. Just me playing the game. I like the variety in the music that's used. So this is from Sonic 3, and then there's other music from different games, and it's pretty cool. I can tell I'm not doing very well because I keep getting invincibilities, and that's a sign you're not doing well in this game. Like that, it seems to be the further you are from them, the better a weapon you'd get. Unlike Mario Kart, that I think does it just by placement. But I'll pull it back next round. Cool. Bill, enjoy your trip to the shop. I probably won't be on for too much longer. Probably another... let's think. Probably only another sort of 10-15 minutes. Just for the reason I said, really. Like, I'm still feeling a bit COVID-y. And travel safely and swiftly, Bill, says Oak City. You've got transatlantic well wishes there coming your way. The funny thing is, the shop he's going to is only up the road from me, where I physically am right now. So if I wanted to, I could get my phone out, start streaming, and be like, right, here's our new stream. We're going to go all the way up to the shops to meet Bill. But I don't feel like that's one for today. I like all the emojis that Oak City's throwing in, like the money flying away, which is kind of how it feels. Just seen Cyclops Production says, Bill looks like he'd be a good candidate for the next Holly when Red Dwarf comes back. Yeah, he's definitely got that kind of very stationary and out in space thing going on, doesn't he? Maybe that should be a stream we do, Bill. Me and you going to the shops. Although I feel like we'd have to keep a very tight distance at all times, or we get arrested or something. Oh man, that was the one thing I really didn't want to get. That sucks. Ah! It's funny how the Doom guy, yeah, kind of yelps, isn't it? Oh man, I'm not very good at this level. Oh well. Such is life. C'est la vie, in the words of Bewitched. Alright, what's going down? Drift around the corner. So you can see the secret to a lot of them is if you know a little bit of the levels, you can know that's Fluffy Puppy there. I don't really want to hit Fluffy Puppy because, you know, we're mates and everything, so I sort of try not to, but I think he had invincibility too, so it's okay. This bit I find quite tough. These doors kind of open and close at points. So I should hopefully be catching up there. That wasn't too bad a run. I've got to admit, this is one level I find pretty difficult. I don't dislike it, it's just, you know, my skill levels in the game aren't hugely up there, I wouldn't say, at this point. It's actually quite nice. I know it's going to sound like an odd comment, but there's so many games I play on stream where, you know, I know them really well and I'm kind of an outstanding, if I do say it myself, like I'd be seen as an outstanding player. And it's quite nice to play something where I'm not that good because, yeah, I'm kind of upskilling as I'm doing it, which is good. But like I said, the learning curve on this is really pretty high, and that's a good thing. You know, you could very easily start playing this and, yeah, kind of make friends with people in the community and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, I might start doing it. I might start just appearing in the servers and playing it casual, you know, maybe a couple of times a day, just play a quick couple of matches, and yeah, that's good. So I think what I'll do stream wise is I'll just do one more stage of this, and then I'll, yeah, kind of call the stream to close for tonight. I think it's been a cool one. It's been awesome to showcase the game. Am I up for a run tomorrow? I kind of am and kind of not. It'll probably be more of a walk tomorrow, just because I'm still not quite there yet. I can do about 15 to 20 minutes running. But unfortunately, that's my limit at the moment, which kind of sucks. I did something cool today, though. I managed to go walking for an hour and a half, which I was so happy about. So in terms of recovering, that's really good. Okay, so I'm going to make this the last match. I hope it's a good stage to end on. I might change... No, I'll stick to Doom Guy. I've kind of learned him now. Yeah, so you heard it here first, folks. An hour and a half walking. That doesn't sound like much, but... I've been so held back since recovering from COVID. I used to do like loads of cardio. I do like 45 minutes to an hour run every other day was what I was doing, and I've gone from that to like, oh yeah, I could do yeah, an hour's walk and that'd be good. But it will return, you know. I've been following all the blogs and stuff, and it's actually pretty standard symptoms. It was things I didn't really know about because understandably when people talk about COVID, what they talk about is the death rate, as it should be. You know, that is our big concern. But for people like me, you know, that aren't under mortal threat, I'm finding actually the challenge isn't so much the COVID itself, because that's just like having the flu. It's more this kind of feeling of, right, now I need to be in this sort of semi-long-term recovery where, yeah, I'm having to kind of gradually build myself up to doing more. But, you know, I mean, some people are a bit closed about their health. I don't really care. I'll just talk about it. And actually, in some ways, it's quite good just to share this. So I'm just reading Bill's. Man, 15 minutes running is fine for me. Run to St. Catherine's in 15 minutes from Stoughton. Yeah, okay, Bill. Yeah, that sounds great. You know, Newlands Corner from Stoughton. Yeah, I could do that. 15 minutes. I mean, I'm a Sonic fan, so that means my Sonic speed is there. No, don't worry. I know what you mean. So we'll sort of go, yeah, and we'll run for what we can. And then when we get to the edge of our kind of running levels, we'll walk it. But I will warn you, I'm a bit like... because I've done that recently and I had to stop a little bit when I did that walk. That's kind of, and that's a bit of a new one for me because I'm normally, in fact, people probably know Bill and I did like an insane walk together a few years ago from Guildford to Brighton, and it was one of the weirdest things I think I've ever done, but I just did it for the sheer insanity of it. It was one of those where it's like, yeah, my life's too boring, I think I'll try walking Guildford to Brighton. And that must have been 40 miles or something, and we just did it all. We set out at about, I think it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and just walked all night and almost got there at 8 PM the next day, but Bill collapsed onto the floor. So Anyway, I don't know why I was going off on one reminiscing about that. Probably just because it's a cool memory. There is a... I don't know if Bill's still got it up, but there was a kind of vlog that he made about that experience. But that's where a lot of our friendship came from. We just kind of hung out for this overnight walk, not having seen each other in, like over a decade, and it was cool. Yeah, so Bill says, it's okay, man, we'll have to walk too. Cool. If it gets really bad, you can give me a piggyback. That'd be really cool. Do I fancy doing another one? Another walk to Brighton from Guildford? Yeah, sure, I'm game. Next week? I should have recovered by then. Let's definitely not do it during this crazy snowstorm. Can you imagine how painful that would be? 2 vlogs. Yeah, one with me, one without me. I was very sad that you did one without me. It broke my heart. I still haven't really recovered. Oh yeah, I said that was going to be the last race, but I've just committed to this one. So this is now the last race. I'm going to play as a weird character for this one, just because I feel... Right, who do I want to be? I know, I'm going to be Flicky. Wow, Flicky's got max speed and max acceleration. So he's faster than Sonic. Oh look, but the slightest dent and he just... Wow, he really moves weirdly. But you know, bit of fun. Flicky. I might just start maining Flicky from now on. Oh, I could have taken a shortcut there, but too late. Flicky's... I reckon Flicky's probably a bit of a cheap character, you know. I just get that kind of vibe about him. I think it's something to do with like the really over-the-top acceleration and speed. I mean, I'm keeping up here. And this might be enough to give me a bit of a lead. That last one's quite tricky to get though. Again, it's whoever's playing is first is very good. Pup left and Audiality left. Haters abandoning me. Well, that's exactly what I needed. This is a cool level. Playing Sonic CD music in the background. Toot Toot Sonic Warrior, this track's called. From the Japanese version of Sonic CD. There's a big debate amongst Sonic fans about is the American or the Japanese music better. I think it's definitely got to be the Japanese for me. Oh, these guys are too good. They shouldn't be allowed to play. They should be banned. And all I got was flipping banana skins. I don't think I'm quite going to get second. No, I'm not, because he's really quick too. That was a good race. Cool. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Billiam. So, my friends, that was it. That was Sonic Robo Blast 2. Really cool game. Really, one that I'm getting into. I'm just going to say good game, see you later to everybody, and then I will give you all a proper outro. So, for those who haven't already, drop us a like, a comment, a subscribe. It all helps the channel, and as me and Bill said many a time, and like neither of us are in it for the likes or for I mean, Bill, if he gets any money, he kind of would probably just put it straight back into the channel, but I think he got about £4 or something, and that's about it so far. That's not what we're about, but it is awesome building a community and having you guys to interact with and building the new friendships, and both me, Bill and James when he jumps in as well. We really love how you guys get behind our streams, so thank you everybody, and thanks to you too, Oak City. We really love having you in the background. In fact, whilst you're listening in, one of the things we're thinking about doing is a stream for charity, and we're thinking of doing 24 hours straight. We haven't decided the charity yet, with each of us taking different shifts, and it might be that there's a chance for us to link up with you because you're in a different time zone, and it might make it far more easy than, you know, me sort of gaming at 3 a.m. or whatever it is. So join us in the Discord and we can get chatting. But it's just something that kind of crossed my mind, was to maybe a couple of people that are kind of trusted friends of ours that, you know, we know are doing YouTube as well. We're thinking about doing it for charity and just seeing, if we can turn our love of games into something good. So you heard it here first, folks. That's a bit of a exclusive, still at the ideas phase, but it might be something we can all link up in. So that was, for those who don't know, Sonic Robo Kart 2. If you liked it, jump in. In terms of when we'll next be live, there's a good chance we'll do something Saturday, but that'll be a bit last minute. It'll be one of those where, we just kind of decide nearer the time, we're going to do it, or no, we're not. But the big thing for you all to look forward to is the Doom 2 video. And I've got to say, that is looking so good. And I'm really looking forward to that one. And there'll be a whole load of content we're doing that's based around Doom for a little while, and that's going to include us playing some online games too. So if you're interested in actually kind of playing some games and jumping on Discord and all of that stuff on the voice chat, and we can play away doing co-op, then jump onto the Discord. There's a link in the description, and it'd be really great to have you there and be part of our community. So it's been great. I really hope that was one that people enjoyed. I'll admit that kind of watching kart racer games, it isn't everybody's thing, but hopefully even with me just talking away, reminiscing a bit, talking about the appreciation, that's been enough to get you into the conversation. And like I said, Saturday, all going well, we'll have a bit more Doom content. I'm thinking along the lines of either doing Chex Quest, there's a Castlevania Doom game, or maybe just going old school and playing a bit of Doom 2. Maybe seeing if Bill's finished with his editing, and maybe James is free too. We might even do a little bit of co-op or deathmatch, and we'll share which server we're in. So if people want to join, then they can. So that's what's coming up next time round. There's a lot of Doom content. Potentially Saturday. I'll be the first to put my hands up and own. It will kind of depend where I'm at in some ways, health-wise. Maybe I need to chill. Maybe I'm ready. But get ready for more Doom content. So that's been great. Bill's still there in the background, accidentally staying till the end. So, Bill and everybody else out there, we will see you soon for more late night reviews. Take care.